The Boston Celtics are falling asleep in the NBA Finals. I've got Matt, it's Param, it's Lockdown Sports, an NBA Casuals exclusive on a Saturday. I've got bags under my eyes, my friend.
You look tired.
It's worth it. It's worth looking like an Uber Eats delivery driver right now because you got to be locked in. You got to be locked into Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and co. Maybe I should switch the order these days. I don't know. Shitting the bed.
Absolutely shitting the bed. What the combined 7 of 22. 7 of 22. Just absolute shitting the bed. You've hit the nail on the head.
I've prayed for times like this.
Oh, you and me both. I can't stand the Boston Celtics. I hate the Boston Celtics. I can't stand the Dallas Mavericks because of what they do to my Clippers every single time we get to the playoffs. And that's fine. But
there's bigger things at play here.
Bigger things at play because I would not be able to deal with Gronk, Boston Celtics fans after they raise the 18th banner. And please, Luca, if you ever see anything on social media, please come by the Lockdown Sports page and hear me say, win. Just win. I cannot deal with Jason Tatum gagging for the next 6 months until the NBA season starts again. I can't do it. Luka gagging, I'm behind. I love you, Luka. You are a freak of nature. But JT gagging, nah, can't do it.
I can't do it either, but let's get into it. Let's get into what the game is about because we shit on Boston, but they are a very bipolar team.
Yes.
They are a very bipolar team, so hot and cold. And when that three-point shot is not falling for them, it's over. It's over. And of course, we've said over a 7-game series, and it probably still will be.
Yep.
With Boston. But last couple of games, they're helping so strong of Horford or whoever is in the weak side corner and just forcing the extra play. And it just makes me think what Eric Spoelstra might have been able to do if Jimmy Butler was fit. It makes me think what Indiana might have been able to do if Hallie was fit. It makes me think what Cleveland might have been able to do if Garland was 100%. All these questions, Jared Allen out as well, but people are going to try to discredit this, and if they lose another game, I might be all for it.
It's no Toronto Raptors, Clay and KD going down, but I think that I think you're right. I think that they've had a pretty easy run to this point. They're going to see a little bit of adversity now. It was in Dallas. So, Dallas are bound to get one in Dallas.
This was the hardest game, I would
100%.
say.
100% the hardest game. And Dallas put on an absolute showing. The third highest win in NBA Finals history at 38 points. I think that they did exactly what they wanted to do. Jason Kidd came out and said, we want to build on that fourth quarter performance where we got down from 21 to 1 point. And they did exactly that. They came out, they punched the Celtics in the mouth. The Celtics did it to themselves as well without, with the inability to make shots. And Dallas go about it the right way. They play in the paint. Luka gets his little 1-foot floater going. They got insulary play from Dante Exum. Derek Lively was doing his thing as well. He was cutting and being aggressive.
This is the best ensemble performance
100%.
100%. Because so much will be made about Luka running more. And yes, that changes everything. If Luka runs more on defense, if he runs, of course, the counterattacks, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I watched soccer this morning. Transitions. It's been a long day, fellas. It's been a long, long day.
But you're putting in the work. We appreciate it.
If he starts pushing the ball forward like he did today, then you see a more complete version. And this isn't the complete Luka because that 3 ball's still not hitting.
No.
Still not hitting. So there's more to Dallas left for us to see. Hopefully we get to see it in Game 5. But I have to ask, going back to Boston, I was prepared to film today. I thought they were going to win it. And I thought this would be a nice, sad funeral episode for the channel.
I will always have faith that Boston will shit the bed.
It wasn't. And I just want to say, look, yes, injuries have happened to the teams they've versed, but a championship is born through blood, sweat, and tears.
Yep.
Sometimes it's not your own blood, sweat, and tears.
No, exactly.
That helps. So I'm not going to put too much on Jason Tatum if they can't get this over the line in Game 5. Maybe even in 6, they should be able to win.
Don't say that.
They should be able
I don't want to see that 18th banner.
I'm trying to jinx it.
I don't want to see that 18th banner. I need I need Luka
Right.
to do his Dirk thing.
Indulge me for a second then. What are you doing if you're Boston? Are you just not changing anything and hoping the shots fall? Or is there a genuine intent that needs to change?
I don't think you're changing anything. You're either hoping the shots fall or you're hoping KP can go for 30 minutes. Because I think that was the biggest thing tonight.
KP.
They didn't have that rotational defender in Kristaps Porzingis. He's also he's just a really big young Al Horford, right? And when Al Horford is on and hitting his shots, you see how impactful he is. So if you turn that into a 7-1 Latvian, he's Latvian, right?
I'll take it.
I think so. I hope so. I'm really sorry if I've offended anybody. But you turn that into a 7-1 unicorn that when he jumps, his head is at the top of the backboard. He can make that shot. He rotates well and quickly on defense. And when Dallas is doing all of these sharp cuts and passes, you saw the play earlier with Luka at the top, kicks it over to the other 45 in Kyrie, and then cutting through the lane is Derek Lively Jr. Kristaps is the only one that can rotate to get to that. Jason Tatum's too small. Jaylen Brown is going to swipe at the ball below and cause an and one. Kristaps is the only one that can get around and meet them at the rim. So that's the guy that you need. He's the X factor. He was there for the first 3 games, but Boston came out and punched Dallas in the mouth in the first game because they had this level of offense that they weren't able to prepare for because they haven't seen him all playoffs. We haven't seen what Kristaps Porzingis can do in this, championship team all playoffs. So to see him come back and have such an impact so early, that is the catalyst. I legitimately, and I didn't think that I would ever say this, but I don't think that they can do it without him. And that's the beauty of paying the overs on the salary tax that they already pay. They give $600 million to their 2 best players, $30 million a year to Kristaps. Drew Holiday is already making an underwhelming $17 million. Derek White is making what Derek White's making. Peyton Pritchard is an absolute budget beast. The tax that they're paying, they should win a championship. 100% they should win a championship. But this is what I want, the blue collar team to win it. I'm in dark blue for a reason, okay?
Trying to get political again.
Bro, I'm all Mavericks right now. I want the dad bod of Luka Doncic to get there. I want the seemingly family man that is Kyrie Irving now after signing his dad to his shoe brand.
You can't call a man seemingly family like.
Well, I mean, we know what else is going on. You might
as well just not talk about it.
We know what else is going on.
You might as well just not talk about it.
I've got to talk about it because, he's trying to turn over a new leaf. They're trying to turn over a new leaf in Dallas. Give Luka his street. We've got Nowitzki Street straight outside Airlines Arena. Now we need Doncic Street, okay? And the way you're going to do that is winning.
It's a walkway
I don't care what it is. I don't care what
Might
it
be
is.
A side street. But you said something. You talk about Kristaps. And one thing I've been thinking all week, man. Wemby is sitting there watching this shit, giggling.
Bro, licking his lips. Just
knowing that no one can guard him, as well as the fact that no one will have an answer on how to beat him at the rim. And essentially, all these points in the paint stats, you see Dallas dominate today. Boston dominate early in the series with Drew Holiday scoring 15 uncontested layups.
Yep.
All of this shit goes away, man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get any of this. And then you'll see the ugliest form of the Boston offense with Joe Mazzulla just saying, the numbers say if we shoot threes, we'll win.
Numbers say if we play ISO ball, we'll win. If we shoot threes,
we'll win. It's beautiful to watch as a hater.
Yeah.
With a hating heart, me and Pat Riley will be sitting there, hopefully making some trades this offseason. But that's the only answer for this Boston team. We need other unicorns to step up. Because at full force, right now, there's no competitor in the league. And I don't think our league is balanced enough to the point where there's not going to be a dynasty. But they're up there now for me. You talk about Denver. This is another team where you've got to watch your back. You've got to watch it.
I guess so, but I mean, they keep fumbling the bag every single time. You talk about this.
They have a bag to fumble because certain guys that play in Philadelphia never have that bag to fumble.
Yes.
And they're sitting on broadcast today.
Yeah,
They're doing what we're doing.
But that's okay because that certain guy in Philadelphia is going to come to Miami. We both know that. Okay,
I hope so.
He's going to come down to Miami. He's gonna ball with Jimmy Butler.
I hope so.
It's bound to happen. It's a matter of time. It's bound to happen. And when that happens, okay, Miami's going to be fucking scary then. But until then, you're right. He's sitting there or in Cancun, just absolutely. Maybe he's going back to Cameroon, just absolutely chilling because he can't get the job done. But this Boston team, regardless whether they lift this 18th banner or not, I will not have faith in them because of the fact that they fall back into that isolation ball. They fall back into that, oh no, Jason save us. Oh no, Jalen save us. The only reason that it's working now is because they don't have, respectfully, the big-headedness of Marcus Smart, thinking that he is one of those guys as well, taking those shots. They've got so many like secondary players now.
That's family.
I get that, but I'm just saying they've got so many secondary players now that know their role that they can just give the ball to one of the other two, one of the Jays, and just say, go get me a bucket. Whereas now you've got guys like Derek White who may not be as good defensively, but are better offensively and that can like sit in a corner and hit a shot. Today, he couldn't hit shit. It took him until the third quarter to finally get one down. But you got guys like Drew Holiday as well that may not do it on the offensive end, but do it on the defensive end. Whereas Marcus Smart thought that he could do it all. And, you know, you do what you need to do in Memphis. You hold the ball as much as you want in Memphis. But I just have no faith in this Boston team because of that. Because they have these two superstars that are almost fake superstars. And I hate to say it.
Come on, man.
No, Jason Tatum is in the top 10 players in the NBA. I get that, okay? Jaylen Brown, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Proud of you. You do the thing. But you are like a budget Paul George. And like not even that is good enough.
I'd
because
say
you don't
he's a
have the
better
offense.
defender.
No way. Not, bro, prime Paul George.
Okay, I wasn't going primes.
Prime Paul.
I was not going primes.
I'm not saying today. I'm not saying today, Paul George. I'm saying if you put Paul George,
primes.
if you went Paul George, the age that Jaylen Brown is now, the way that he was locking up LeBron fucking James.
I didn't know we switched up the rosters.
Hey.
I didn't know we switched up the rosters.
I'm just saying.
That's fine.
He has that mold, right? That's the mold that everybody sees. That's the way that he plays, okay? I don't think he's ever going to be that good. And you need that level of good on the offensive side as well in order to get you over the hump for a championship or multiple championships. Look, so you're right. They will always be in the conversation, but they're always going to be on the hump regardless of getting this chip or not.
Okay. That's good. You added that caveat because they are one win away.
They are one win away. And respect where respect is due, okay? But like, they're still going to be on the hump. They're going to be one of these teams that's like, oh, if a couple of things like fell their way. No, they're not a dynasty. It's not going to happen. It's still Denver's league, okay? And that pains me even more to say because if there's one team I hate more than the Boston Celtics, it's the fucking Denver Nuggets.
Nah.
Okay? It's just painful. Clippers, what are you doing, bro? Rest in peace to Jerry West. That's all I have to say on that.
All right. Rest in peace. Moving on. Please, I'm trying to keep composure here. You talk so much about the Boston role players and how important they've been. Today, Dallas.
Oh, beautiful.
It just seemed like finally I got a game where I was happy with Derek Jones Jr. He was cutting at the right times. He was putting the ball on the floor with intent.
Yep.
Every decision that is made by a role player has to be done with intent. Whether it is shooting in above the break three, whether it is just moving off the ball, getting straight into a handoff, whatever it is, just do it quickly. The ball is not meant to be in your hands. The fact that it is a problem. Just get it out of there.
Yep.
Get it out of there. Put it up. Whatever you're doing with intent. And we saw that. And the Australians, my friend.
I was going to say, you could literally use that sentence, take out Derek Jones Jr., put in Josh Green, put in Dante Exum, put in PJ Washington, put in Derek Lively II. The way that all of those guys played there. Bro, put in Tim Hardaway Jr. I was saying to you off air, and I'm going to say it now as well. The fact that he has seen the ball go in the hoop is huge for Dallas. Huge for Dallas because he was what?
He was playing the C team.
He was
playing the C team.
He was playing for the Celtics at this point. Like, it was not good. So
it's better than nothing.
It is better than nothing. So the fact that he has got some garbage time, he's got some dribble handoffs from Maxi Kleber, he's hitting those threes, he had 15 points by the end of it. Like, where the fuck did that come from? It's really good for Dallas to know, oh, we've still got Tim Hardaway Jr. He can still sit in the corner and hit a couple of threes if we need him to. We don't have to rely on Jaden Hardy. No disrespect. We don't have to rely on Dwight Powell. No disrespect. They've got all of these guys that can step up. And when you put the benches side by side, Dallas' bench is better. Dallas' bench is better. It has to be.
It's deeper.
It's definitely deeper. I think that Boston have like a better 1 through 4, like their first 4 guys. Like if you're talking about the Jays, Kristaps, and the third Jay Drew, okay. But I think that, and you know, you've got Luka, Kyrie, and then there's a chasm after that for Dallas. But I think that their 3 through 10 are better than Boston's 4 through 10, 3 through 10. So when you get games from guys like this that, as you said, are moving with intent, are putting the ball on the floor with intent, are shooting with intent, and Dante Exum may have one of the ugliest jump shots I've ever seen, and that little kick out that he does with his hand, I don't know what he's doing, but it's dropping, and that is what you need to see from those guys.
Exactly, and so much is made of, you know, the variance in shooting for Dante Exum, all these guys, but today it's the plays off the ball for me. It's the plays off the ball. When the ball's in the opposite corner, they're helping off you, Josh Green. They're helping off you, Dante Exum, whoever. And then all of a sudden you realize, I'm in for a rebound here.
Yeah.
I'm in for a rebound here. And that's how you get such a dominating rebounding performance.
And these boys were pushing for that.
And
Dante Exum's going off every board. Josh Green had those putbacks.
That's the... You can pick whichever margin was better. Obviously, Luka had a great game punishing the mismatches. And on the other side, you've got the rebounding as well.
Was it a great game, though, from like Luka standards? 29, 5, and 5.
I just feel like every time in the second and third quarter he got a mismatch, it was done.
He was pushing the ball. I completely understand where you're coming from. And it was almost like Kobe-esque, the way that he got the ball in the mid-range, and it was like, okay, this is going in. But like by Luka
manipulation. I know
that's
the
a
numbers
great word.
weren't there.
That's a great word. Manipulation. He manipulated the game really well.
Because everything just starts with that. As always with Dallas, and he just punishes the mismatch. And I think if Pawsey is out, you start asking yourself, are we switching? Are we switching with the center?
Are we doubling?
Are we sure we're a 5-man that can switch team, or are we a 4-man that can switch? Because I trust the other 4 guys with my life against Luka if I was Boston, but Tillman, senior, junior, the third, whatever.
Sam Hauser.
Sir Horford, it's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good.
Just keep falling asleep. I'm more than happy for Boston not to raise the 18th banner. I would be if they got up 3-0 and lost in 7.
Hey, we saw last season.
Oh, I might jump ship.
We saw last season.
I might move from the Clippers to the Mavericks if that happens.
There was a team that almost sunk a 3-0 lead in the conference finals, but that's not what we do in Miami. That's not what we do.
Hey, you got through.
That's it for today. Stay tuned. We'll have another episode after Game 5 and one after 6 and one after 7.
When we'll be singing the praises of the Dallas Mavericks.
Here's to praying. Stay tuned. Stay locked in. If you like the video, hit subscribe to Lockdown Sports. Hit subscribe to Fifth and Dribble. Ciao.
Ciao.